a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
In a matter of seconds, they were on me. Michael and his archers tried to retreat, but Annabeth stayed right beside me, fighting with her knife and mirrored shield as we slowly backed up the bridge. Cronus' cavalry swirled around us, slashing and yelling insults. The Titan himself advanced leisurely, like he had all the time in the world. Being the Lord of Time, I guess he did. Trying to wound his men, not kill. That slowed me down. But these weren't monsters. They were demigods who'd fallen under Cronus' spell. I couldn't see faces under their battle helmets, but some of them had probably been my friends. I slashed the legs off their horses and made skeletal mounts disintegrate. After the first few demigods took a spill, the rest figured they'd better dismount and fight me on foot. Annabeth and I stayed shoulder to shoulder, facing opposite directions. Dark shape passed over me, and I dared to glance up. Blackjack and Pork Pie were swooping in, kicking our enemies in the helmets and flying away like large kamikaze pigeons. We'd almost made it to the middle of the bridge when something strange happened. I felt a chill down my spine, like that old saying about someone walking on your grave. Behind me, Annabeth cried out in pain.
If I remembered off the top of my head how you guys opened this podcast, I would have just stolen your intro.
See, I accidentally scrolled down to the bonus show intro for a second, and I was going to be like, wait, that's wrong.
It's Welcome to Of the Eldest Gods, and then I don't remember the rest.
Where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
I'm Charlie from Cabin 13.
I'm Raye from Cabin 12.
And I'm Robert from Cabin 9, which I already knew.
Oh my goodness. We're keeping this. We did this.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop an edible and see if we can record before it kicks in.
Oh no.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Right. I would
this.
let you do it. I don't care.
We don't need more chaos on this podcast right now.
Every time the three of us record, it is chaos, especially when we record it's really chaotic episodes pertaining to really chaotic chapters.
You know what? I can't wait for when we cover the show in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go feral. Turns out, I completely forgot that it's a 2-episode premiere, so I'm probably only going to be able to watch the first episode before I have to go to work. And have to, stay off the internet for the whole day until I get to watch the second episode.
No.
Yes, and Robert, you're going to have to talk about both episodes with us, because we're just going to cover both.
Fuck yeah, concrete. So that's my homework. I have to somehow magically watch the second episode before I get home from work.
We don't have to record it that day.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it all. We're doing it all.
It's not required. We're also going to do a thing probably that night with the Discord watching it. So
yes.
You're fine. You're okay.
You are excused.
We still love you.
So yes, as you've probably already noticed, this is another pre-show recording, after show release. This is going to be so long.
Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future, and it's bright. Me when I finished watching the first season.
To date this episode, fucking Kissinger just died, so now you know.
Former President Jimmy Carter has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Because he is also almost 100 years old.
Yeah. Come on, buddy.
Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimothy, die.
And you in the future will know what happened, so
hey,
if that spell that Robert just cast worked.
That's a shitty spell. I'm a shitty wizard if my spell is just Jimothy, die.
No, but if it does work, how much more powerful is that? That's a power move.
I cast Fireball to whom it may concern.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
You guys want to hear about a Percy Jackson chapter?
I'd love to hear about this Percy Jackson chapter, which is also so chaotic, so many things. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
We broke a bridge, did we?
We did.
I didn't break a bridge. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
I think you did. I think Robert broke
We? Who the fuck is we? Speaking French all of a sudden?
Percy is using the royal we in this one.
We, meaning I, broke a bridge.
Anyways, that's my only note for inaccuracy. This is a great chapter title it hits all the boxes. Relevancy, truthfulness, funniness.
You know what it would have been funnier is if he burned the bridge.
See, but that wouldn't hit the truthfulness scale. These things have
Well, if he'd exploded it with fire, then yes. But
Charles, where the fuck are the notes?
What notes?
Yeah, that tracks. Okay.
What are you talking about? I don't write notes for my guests. You've podcasted here before.
You usually post the Wikipedia article in the notes. That's all I need.
I'm sorry. If that's what you require, then yes, I can share that. But if you want notes on the chapter, I don't take notes on the chapter.
Taking notes. I practice the same way that like Plato does, where he recites his lessons from memory. I'm going off. I did not read this chapter. I know it from memory.
Good job. Amazing. Okay.
All right.
So
Events.
Yes.
Okay. Blackjack brings Percy to the Williamsburg Bridge to support to the Apollo cabin and fight the Minotaur. And then actually the other campers end up supporting Percy as he goes on another one-man unstoppable killing rampage.
This is fine.
Percy does a very good job at monster slaying until Kronos shows up. Percy and Annabeth try to hold off Flu Kronos and his demigod lackeys, but Annabeth gets stabbed while protecting Percy's back. Michael Yu points out that the bridge isn't looking super hot and gives Percy the idea to destroy it in a watery explosion. Then Michael Yu dies or something, unclear. Percy gets a call from Selena that Annabeth is not doing so hot. That's where we leave off for the chapter.
Did Jet just die? It was really unclear.
Yes,
that's
very
what
much
happened right here. That's exactly what happened in this chapter.
Percy lets out a masculine rage scream afterwards, so the implication is certainly that he's dead. But he just disappeared. What the fuck?
You know what exact masculine rage scream I'm hearing is episode 3 of Star Wars. No.
That is not what I was thinking at all, but that works.
That's all I can think of right now.
I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Yep. The good thing is that MC would never listen to this podcast because she's not read the books. So no spoiling her. It's fine. Things. I forgot what I was supposed to do for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
You could talk about the chapter for a second, or we could move on to another segment of the podcast.
I think the segment is called In Case You Missed It.
But
Robert stole my thunder, and I'm fine with it. But hey, guess what?
They're running this podcast now.
My podcast now.
You know what? Robert went through 2 different Riordanverse podcasts, and now is just gonna steal ours out from under us.
I'm gonna steal yours, use it like... God, I can't think of a euphemism. It's an exhausting day, besties.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, so myth section, we're gonna be talking about Kronos, but not Kronos, not the Titan. We're gonna be talking about the god, because I haven't had a good time to talk about that yet.
I was so fucking confused, but here the Wikipedia is not to be confused with Kronos, the Titan father of Zeus. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah. Why would they do this to themselves and us?
Well, we're gonna talk about that, but I just felt like this chapter really didn't have anything we hadn't already gone through, and there's no new myths right now, so it's a time to go for Kronos. So Kronos, this is Kronos with the H in it. That's how you know it's about time. It's chronological.
Indeed.
You really got to give it that Kronos.
Kronos. I don't know.
Kronos.
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, he's the personification of time. Literally, he is the primordial deity. Is there any parentage listed? No. There really isn't. Sometimes I want to say maybe he might come from chaos, but he just kind of comes out of the birth of the universe. He's just one of the first ever beings to exist. Sometimes sense. Along with
there isn't really a universe, or not a 3-dimensional one at least, without time passing.
Yeah, along with I want to say like Eros and is it like Nyx or Erebus? Like just like all of those like super primordial gods that are just like this is what they embody, and it's like a kind of terrifying existential thing. And yes,
Yay,
love
Eldritch.
is counted in that. Eros is an eldritch being. But yes, he is often confused with our beloved Titan, Cronus. Is it because of the similarity in names? Yeah, it is.
It's literally the same name. Like, it's not our fault.
Just with the honestly, here's how my brain's telling the difference. If you pronounce Kronos, the personification of time, the same way you would say Chrono Trigger, it sounds right to me. And then if you say Kronos out loud, it just sounds like the Titan of Time.
Cool.
Charlie, I bet you don't even know what Chrono Trigger is.
I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry.
Charlie, you don't know anything. You don't know 2 + 2. You don't know Chrono Trigger.
I know what Chrono Trigger is.
Fuck yeah. Raye, you're a little internet weirdo. I expected you to know Chrono Trigger.
What's weird is that I think that Charlie is a little internet weirdo, and then they aren't.
They're not.
They're a little podcast weirdo. They're a little Discord weirdo. They only have their circles of friends.
It was such an eye-opener to me, because the Percy Jackson community, the podcasting community, we're all little weirdos who like this little, book series.
Yes, indeed.
And we all became friends off that, and we slowly realized, we have other things in common. But also, it's really fun to find out how different of a little internet weirdo I grew up from other people. I was talking to Erica from Seaweed Brain a couple weeks ago, time's an illusion, telling them about my weekend plans at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie with my boyfriend. And they paused, they're like, what is that? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, what are you supposed to say to that?
I literally paused and I'm like, there's no way I can explain the plot to you.
Hey Robert, like
what's up?
one of the small children in the room next to me at work, like a 4-year-old, has seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah, I mean,
the children love Five Nights at Freddy's. I was explaining this to Charlie last time they brought this up.
I mean, aside from a little bit of swearing and some, I guess, violence, grotesque, like mutilation or whatever, it's a okay movie for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And, okay, there's like one guy who gets stabbed. And that's like pretty much it. Like,
I'm
there's
sorry,
an
are
implication.
you forgetting about the bite of 2000?
Yes.
How dare you?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, now I remember. But
Yeah.
it was funny because it didn't even bite her head, it just like ate her.
Alright, hold on, wait.
What is happening?
Okay, but before we go on, I have to do my best Markiplier.
Oh,
was that the bite of 87?
Yeah.
Alright, Charlie, continue this podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe. Kronos? Okay. So, I mean, in other ways, we can also, like, compare these two beings as well, because, like, God of Time versus the God of Harvest. Like, Harvest is about, like, the time passing, the cyclical year, and all of that. And, like, the God of Time, also, like, ends up being a guy with, like, a zodiac wheel. And then, because the two of them kind of got melted together a bit, Kronos, the personification of time, gets the scythe. So, and it becomes more about like the destructive aspect. It's very cool.
Question.
Yes.
How valid do we think it is that Rick literally just combined these two guys?
I mean,
valid or invalid?
At this point, he combines whatever he wants. He's combined several Hercules labors together just for shits and giggles.
Okay, but those ones absolutely fucking made sense because they were all like the same labor, honestly. They were
it
all
also was just
about
efficient storytelling. I was like down for that because that's the part of the retelling. This is implying that these were always the same guy.
Yeah, that. So, I mean, you could always say that, like, there's something that Rick isn't telling us. Actually, like, there could have been some weird backstory where Kronos subsumed the essence of this primordial Kronos or something. You know, there could be something in there. I think that could have been some fun lore, but yeah, I think it makes the Titan a lot more terrifying. Personally, as like the guy who controls time, instead of just, hey, I'm the god of the harvest, I'm here to kill you. You know? Like, I mean, we still have, like, harvesting souls is, like, terrifying. But again, that's, like, you know, that's still, like, adding on to it. And it's not just, like, crops. It's not just about plants and all of that
but
shit.
He doesn't need to be the plant guy. He can be the king guy. You know, he's the ruler of the Titans. And that's his whole, like, very powerful deal.
Yeah.
What exactly else
I
is,
swear that there's a god, I think in the future books, that Rick kind of just combined two gods into one. Like, I swear this is not the only example of it. Or am I thinking of a god in the past? Why am I thinking of Janus for some reason? I'm like, I think he combined several aspects. What am I remembering then?
I don't know. I want to know what you are thinking of, though. Like, I'm very interested, because I don't recall everything that Rick has done, sadly.
How can you not remember? How did you forget already?
I mean, okay, you know what another fun aspect of, like, the Titan Kronos that he could have used? Like, God of the Harvest, and also, like, that's kind of an earthly god as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be just plants. It can also be, like, the earth itself.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I see what you're doing over there. Stop having fun.
But, like, yeah.
To me, I think that combining these two guys is valid, as, like, myths can be reinterpreted and it really doesn't matter. But also I think that it's a shame that it is going to confuse the future generations who only know the myths through Percy Jackson.
You know what is another interesting aspect of both of them?
What?
So I don't know if this, like, came about the same way, but I think they both might have, like, I feel like they both should have snakes at least. Or maybe I'm confusing him and I might be confusing Kronos with a different time god. Kronos the Titan has a snake as his symbol, and it's because of, like, the whole earthly and harvest aspect. Like, snakes are kind of symbols of the earth.
Right.
Interesting.
And then technically not Kronos, the time guy, but there's another time deity. I think you want to pronounce it like Aeon. Eon, I want to say. Aion. And his symbol is, like, a snake because of the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail because of cyclical stuff going on. So, like, I don't know. There's like this is Charlie doing the the red string theories.
Yes, your corkboard.
Yeah. They're all connected. Everything is connected. So
I'm reading this wiki some more.
Yeah.
And it says that in Orphic tradition, Kronos actually produced chaos, which is fascinating. That chaos springs from time.
Yep, and an egg, which is how
Ether, whoever that is.
Ether. Ether. That's the personification of the bright sky, it says. Cool. And you know who's in the egg? The god Phanes, who is also Dionysus / Zagreus. They're all the same people.
I see.
It's another one of the Dionysus figures.
Oh, Orphic tradition.
Orphism is just everyone is Dionysus, actually. Didn't you know? Yeah. What is this? Okay. There's some dude here at the bottom, who claimed that, I don't like this sentence. The semen of Kronos was placed in the recesses of the earth and produced the first generation of gods.
Yeah, Kronos not in the earth. Let's go. It's you know what's even funnier is if you take what I just said and you switch over to Egyptian mythology for a second, and you remember that the Egyptian god of, like, earth or the ground, whatever, is named Nut. Or is that the sky? I forget which one it is.
That's the sky god.
Sky, yeah. Fuck.
I love
Nut. My joke was. I'm sure you do, Charlie.
You know what's funny? It's the last day of No Nut November.
Woo! Not anymore. This is no longer relevant.
It's not at all relevant when this comes out.
When is this? This is probably coming on, like, what, February?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, just as the show's ending, pretty much. Damn.
Yep.
Well,
this should be 2 weeks after the show.
Congratulations to everyone for succeeding in No Nut November. I hope everyone fails. What's something for February? I hope everyone fails Valentine's Day.
I don't know. I got my first kiss in 4 years in No Nut November, so I think I failed. I failed.
We're gonna move along.
You're gonna move along?
We're gonna move along. Finish reading this goddamn Wikipedia article.
All I had to say was, like, the children, but we already mentioned that, so, like, that's it. There's not a whole lot going on because it's a primordial god, so they don't. It's why it's so easy to put them together. and give our Titan guy the powers. So, because he doesn't have stories, really. He's a personification.
You're a
Just
personification.
steal his whole shtick.
All right, so Blackjack is here. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
Blackjack is
love him?
here, like the real one, like the one you read about but weren't paying attention to.
That one
Robert-
felt like a little bit of a stretch, Robert.
Robert,
Shut up.
can I
Yeah,
speak
no.
about this chapter? I want to talk about the fact that Percy is like, why do Pegasi gallop as they fly?
And then
And
Blackjack's-
Blackjack's like, why do humans swing their arms as they walk?
Okay, no, but for real, why do we swing our arms when we walk? Why is that embedded in our fucking, like, our little DNA, our code? Why is that what makes us human?
I feel like there is actually like some scientific reason for that.
I don't want science.
it's
I
like
want
momentum and
whimsical.
balance and like, it
Yeah,
makes
like-
sense to me somehow. Like,
It does-
emotionally.
I feel like it does make you go faster. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Wait, I feel like
Something
you're
to-
more likely to be doing it the faster you're walking. And so I feel
Okay,
like there
true.
must be some purpose to it.
Have y'all ever seen competitive speed walking?
No.
No.
There is like a proper form and technique so that it's speed walking, not running. And part of the technique is like the way you have to wave your arms in front of your hands or in front of you. Like it's wild. I mean, the fastest competitive walker I think can walk at like 3 miles or 3 miles an hour or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Damn.
Or more. Or like 8. I don't
Interesting.
know. It's something. So you know why we're flying to the Williamsburg Bridge? Guess who's back? Back again. It's the motherfucking Minotaur.
Yeah, Robert, you wanted this chapter. You wanted to talk about the Minotaur, didn't you? Was that it, or was it the other thing?
No,
I can't remember.
Charlie. Okay, I'll remind you in a second.
No, like there both things happened in this chapter, and I forgot which you asked for. Honestly,
The other thing.
okay,
I gave it a spiffy name that you hated,
you did, and I just refuse to acknowledge
And
it.
and I'm gonna say it later. So Percy's like, man, with my he should have been dead for a few centuries, referencing the Minotaur, but his luck hasn't held. His luck with some of like the early monsters are kind of like not super good. Minotaur respawned after 4 years. Mrs. Dodge respawned after like what, a week?
Yeah.
Medusa doesn't come back. At least
We don't know that yet.
I mean, Mrs. Dodds was also like already in Underworlds.
Right.
Creatures.
She gets
So,
a
like-
pass.
Yeah,
But we've already established that everybody's coming back faster because of Kronos shenanigans, so
shenanigans.
So Mr. Percy and Mr. Blackjack, they arrive on the bridge and they see the Apollo campers. They're like behind cars, shooting arrows.
You know what I find very funny?
Shooting arrows?
Yes, absolutely. This chapter is the Apollo cabin fighting with them, and they're on the Williamsburg Bridge. Now, who comes in next chapter? Well, we can't talk about that yet, but like a certain character, maybe
When
related
there's-
to Apollo and William.
When there's a will, there's a way. Oh,
It's
So,
fine.
yeah.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
they
It's the
do
character's
be
name.
they do be shooting arrows,
They do.
and Annabeth and Percy are like flying above the bridge, and all of a sudden the Minotaur spots them and throws a fucking car at them.
Okay. First, we gotta talk about how this man is dressed.
Oh,
he got
yeah.
the fit.
Instead of putting on his tighty whities today, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be ready for battle. Actually, he's got his full gear on and everything.
Okay, my
What-
question is he wearing tidy whities underneath his battle gear? Or is it
No.
full commando down there?
No, he's wearing it says a kilt-like apron. So to me, that says kilt. You do not wear underwear underneath a kilt.
I did
Yeah,
not know that.
so
But I was
um,
assuming that you wouldn't wear underwear under a Greek battle armor.
all I know is if I see Bull Dick, I want him to kill me. I don't want to see that. Please, no, thank you.
Ray, have you not seen Brave? Have you
Ray-
not seen
I've
Brave?
seen Brave.
Ray, have you not seen Bull Dick?
Have you not seen Bull Dick?
Not personally.
My brain just wants to reference that one scene in Brave where the guy like lifts his kilt and it's like, well, obviously he's not wearing anything under there because they're Scots, and so he's just mooning people.
I was thinking of the scene from Emperor's New Groove where Yzma like pulls up her skirt and Pacha and Cusco freak out before she reveals the knife, and they're both like, "Oh, okay,
the knife.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, knife's
that's
okay.
Fine.
That's fine." So yeah, he's dressed in battle armor and he has a double-bladed axe.
As he should.
I need to specify. I need to specify the kind of car he threw. It was a limousine. I'm gonna now Google.
Nice. That's so big, though. That's so big.
I'm gonna now Google how much does a limo weigh. What the? Okay, that's a limo bus.
What type of limo?
I need. Okay, so if he threw.
Limo was it?
Okay, so if he threw a limo bus, that is 30,000 pounds. If he threw a limousine, it's still a lot. 4,000 to 7,000 pounds.
I think it was a Hummer limo, personally.
I think it's really funny that it's a limo and it's like flipping over. It says fender over fender here, so it's just like spinning. I just think that'd be very funny to see. I
had one last thought about what he's wearing, and I forgot that in the land of Percy Jackson, he does not have hooves, and he has feet, because he is wearing sandals.
Yeah.
He is wearing sandals, so that means I have to picture a Minotaur with feet.
Yeah, he's supposed to have feet.
But what's worse, thinking about the Minotaur's feet or thinking about his bull dick?
The dick is much worse for me. I don't care about the feet. Yeah. He can have all the feet.
Yeah. One of these just makes me go,
hands,
huh?
And it will not affect me.
My brain goes to like D&D where they have like hooves, so it's messed with my brain. I thought it was like anthropomorphic bull and not just bull on top, man on bottom.
And forgot. If I remember correctly,
bull on top, man on bottom. That I don't like those fanfics.
That's what you get when you read Hades fanfiction.
Oh no! Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Sirius would be the top.
Sir. I've decided now that every time Charlie says something cringe and diabolical, I'm just gonna be like, sir. Not being like gendered, but like, sir.
Yeah, sir is not necessarily gendered. It's just a thing that you say.
It's just a thing that you say when your friend says some out of. It's just like when your friend says some out of pocket shit.
Anyway, that means.
Or when your cat is like on a table there, it's supposed to be on. You're like, sir, excuse me.
I love calling cats sir. I love that.
I love when cats act like they're people.
Actually, I do the same thing to toddlers.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm just like, sir, what are you doing? Sir, why are you climbing on top of that?
Sir, did you just shit yourself?
God.
Yes, I would, but I don't. I try not to swear in front of the children. It's really hard, though.
Sir, did you go poopy? Here's the thing about children: they know how to swear.
They do.
I didn't. I didn't know any swear words.
I learned "oh shit" from my grandmother.
I learned how to curse on the playgrounds of New York City, baby.
Of course you would.
Yeah. The worst swear word I knew as a child was "shut up." And when it was in songs on the radio, I was offended.
Wow. I love it.
I was a sheltered little child.
You were. You really were. And then you became an internet meme.
These things happen.
All right. Okay. We're flying to Minotaur, and it's not going well.
Hey, guys, look, it's our favorite Apollo cabin character, Michael.
I hope nothing ever happens to him whatsoever.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
This is like his second time showing up in the series. I love him. He's my favorite character.
Okay, yeah. For the first time he showed up before this book was in the short story. Not even the short story. In the interviews, in the Demigod files, he was mentioned.
Yep.
Wait, really? He's like...
Yes.
I know all these names so well that it feels like they really should be characters.
I know, right?
Have we commented on the pun of his name, Michael Yu, like the U of a bow?
Oh, yes.
Indeed.
Every time there's a new character, I'm just like, so how does this name relate to a god? And guess what? We have you. I also related Michael back to it because guess what? The Archangel Michael, his symbol is a dragon.
Oh my gosh.
Apollo fought a dragon. There you go.
Yeah. So Percy and Annabeth land. Michael Yu's happy to see them. They're
Except
like, hey,
where's the reinforcements? No,
there
it's
are
just
none.
us.
It's just us. And Annabeth is like, hey, do you still have your flying chariot? And he's like, nah, I
No.
decided this wasn't fucking worth it, but Clarice still told me to go fuck myself.
Hey, Clarice, what the fuck? I was behind her this whole time. I have been trying to support her and, like, see her side of things. Girl, get down here. We are dying.
No, she's fine with it. She doesn't care.
No, fuck her, okay? Like, come on, girl. Get over yourself.
Yeah. How many campers do you think they'd have instead of 40 if she was there?
Like 45.
I was gonna be like, yeah, maybe like another dozen or so. 55 sounds good.
We figured it out. There was like 7 cabins that Percy ordered to go places with 40 campers.
I need to know, because this episode hasn't come out. Did y'all comment on Percy being like, this cabin, go to this bridge, and like, cause whenever I read that scene, I'm like, sir, that is a hour walk. There are no trains or buses or taxis. Everyone's asleep. There's no way to get there. That's an hour walk. What the fuck do you mean defend the Brooklyn Bridge?
Robert, as a non-New York native, I was more focused on the fact that he was asking like 5 people to defend a single bridge.
Yeah, an entire...
Okay, so you have the extra context. He asked 5 people to walk like 20 miles for an hour or whatever to defend a bridge.
They're going to have they're going to be dead before they get there, because they'll be so tired.
I don't care how much cardio you're doing. Casually walking like almost a marathon is gonna tire anyone out. But that's
maybe
fine.
No, wait, maybe they get the dryads to help them, like they helped Grover, and
no one's here.
Okay.
Everyone's asleep, and there's no outside help. And there's no outside help. Who the fuck's awake? What?
The dryads.
No, they're not. They're asleep. Everyone's asleep and not able to enter Manhattan.
We don't know that the dryads aren't awake. We don't know that.
I guess future me knows because I've read this book.
I don't remember anything. My brain is just like, why don't we just get them to do the the tree walk or whatever thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why don't we just roll for endurance? I don't know. See if you can actually walk those 20 miles. Roll.
You die.
It might be difficult, but I'm just hoping that everyone was able to steal mopeds like Percy and Annabeth did.
Yeah, that's true. They did.
That's our only hope, really.
The other thing with that is, I mean, like, if all of traffic in Manhattan falls asleep at the wheel, it's going to be such a pain in the ass to get from point A to point B.
They swerved. They swerved to the side of the road.
Yeah, but
then there will be congested. There's no way to move around.
I don't think Rick understands just how many people are on the streets of New York at any given time. Like, this man is literally telling me there's everyone's asleep in their cars or in their apartments, and there's a few people outside. Bullshit, Rick. I'm pretty sure no one can get through Times Square.
There's just like a snuggle pile.
A snuggle pile, but it's like all the people in costumes, like a low budget Elmo and SpongeBob.
Elmo's right. All right, new headcanon. There is a Spider-Man asleep on Times Square.
Absolutely, at least one. At least.
There's technically like the big 3. We got Andrew, and not even performers. It's just straight up Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire in costume asleep on the streets of Times Square.
Yes, absolutely. Canon.
So,
absolutely.
Michael shoots.
Okay.
Michael shoots a music arrow at some monsters. It's a cool arrow from Apollo. It plays loud music when it's shot. It does not always kill, though.
You know what's fun about this?
Jesus Christ.
This is where
Charlie, we make it. Charlie, we go like 2 sentences and then we go into a 20-minute tangent every time.
Every time. No, this is the first time I heard about sonic arrows. And the next time I hear about it is in She-Ra, when Bo brings out the sonic arrows, and he's like, this is going to be a great, cool thing that I've just invented. And everyone's like, why the fuck would you invent a sonic arrow? That's so lame.
Are there sonic arrows in Doctor Who?
He has a sonic screwdriver. I don't know what other sonic equipment there is.
There is the sonic screwdriver, the sonic cane, the sonic lance, the sonic...
I have no idea about arrows.
The sonic sunglasses.
That everyone hated except for me.
I love the sonic sunglasses. I just love Peter Capaldi.
True.
There was a sonic pen.
Yeah, I don't know about arrow. I just want to talk about Bo, my love.
Yeah, you don't know because you experience romantic attraction. Get it? Get it? You don't know about Arrow anyway.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So we also have 2 new Apollo campers first mentioned in this chapter. Did you remember this, Robert? Did you remember that Kayla and Austin get mentioned here? Because I did.
I don't even know these people.
They'll be relevant in like 50 years when we get to Trials of Apollo.
Right. You see, the good thing about that is that Rick can just like go back through what he's written and be like, where did I mention some random names? I'll bring those guys back.
Straight up what he fucking does. Like he has said this so many times that his writing process is like reading the fucking Wikipedia and reading through his old books to be like, okay, what characters are like still alive? Who can I reference? Who can be in the book?
Okay, so wait, what age would they be now? Because I want to say they're like 14. They're like the same age as like Nico and Will. So they're like 12.
So I wanted to make a joke, but I can't because that spoils a little bit of Trials of Apollo.
I want to say they're all like 12. They're like 12.
They're all like 12.
I think they're all about the same age. Maybe like 11 at the youngest. I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Percy is making his school plan here, where he's like, okay, I'll go distract the monsters. You guys create a defensive line back here.
Yeah, it's
no
a great
one
plan.
questions this plan.
No one. Don't question it. Don't question it.
It's less. His plan is less. I'm gonna go distract them. His plan is more. You guys build a defensive line. I'm gonna kill everyone I see.
Yeah. But see, the thing is that Michael Yu doesn't know that Percy is literally invincible.
Doesn't he? Wasn't there a scene?
No,
only Annabeth knows.
No one else has had it explained. Just Annabeth knows.
Because he sent everybody away before.
Didn't they come back and they overheard something about Curse of Achilles and were like talking amongst themselves?
Right. They heard the words Curse of Achilles, but I don't know that they're smart enough for that.
I don't know who rolled the like intellects check to know these things. The history check.
Anyways,
Arcana?
It just seems kind of fucking wild to me that none of them are like, hey, bro, are you sure? Like, are you sure?
Yeah. It's fine. No one cares. They're just like, fine. Percy thinks he can do it. Let's see about it.
Good for him. He's done weirder things.
Yeah, so what does Percy do? He's going up against the Minotaur.
Percy says, don't I get a kiss for luck? It's kind of tradition, right?
Yeah.
My boy pushing his luck here.
You know
Annabeth definitely considered it. I just want to put this out there. She's like holding her knife and like staring at the army and she's like, come back alive, CB Brain. Because like, he was bold and flirty. So her version of being bold and flirty is being like, no, I'm not going to kiss you unless you come back alive.
Because she wants him to come back alive. That's the thing.
That's good.
Right. Well, what's interesting is that like last book and at the beginning of this book, Annabeth was definitely like pushing for Percy to recognize that they have a thing and kind of get on the same page with her. And he has stubbornly remained oblivious generally.
Percy is just a guy.
Yes.
So this is a very interesting move from him, is all I'll say about that.
You know what? You know what's fun? Is that the Curse of Achilles, it makes Percy just more, you know?
I forget who had this. Oh wait, that's different. That theory is for. No! I forget which podcast had this theory. Someone had the theory that Aphrodite had like put a curse on Percy. The whole like, you're gonna have a very interesting love life or whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
I feel like I remember this.
Yes, and I remember someone made that theory, and they're like, once he gained the Curse of Achilles, he sort of like broke that like that curse, and he became like suave and cool and whatever, and was able to like flirt with Annabeth.
That feels like it's going a little far for me. My boy, suave is not a word I would use to describe for Perseus Jackson.
Neurodivergent.
He's divergent.
I hate you.
I mean, I'm just thinking that like, you know, Percy just like he got all of his like oh my goodness, all of the things that he's proficient in became even more. Everything that he's bad at became even more.
That's what it was. Yes, that's what the theory was.
You know, You know what? It's like Captain America getting the serum.
It's like Captain America drinking. He can't get drunk.
Drinking. He doesn't drink the serum. You know what I mean? But he getting the serum, like it
Okay,
it
but
just
what would happen?
amplifies you.
What would happen if I drank the serum? What if it's blue? What if it's blue raspberry flavored? It looks yummy.
I mean, I don't know if any of us would survive if Robert became Captain America. I think we would all like explode on impact.
Probably least of all me.
No, you
Robert
would survive.
already has a Spider-Man complex. We can't allow this to be nurtured.
This is true. No, I was thinking the hotness factor, but
I'm gonna jumping into a burning building right now to save people from dying.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So, Percy steps up to the Minotaur, and he's like, "Hey, beef boy, didn't I kill you already?" The Minotaur, in response, like angry punches a fucking Lexus.
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you also be mad?
What a vibe.
Yeah. Some Dracane threw javelins at Percy. He launches them away. A Hellhound tries to...
No, not going line by line, Robert. We cannot do this line by line.
Whatever, he kills some monsters, and then it's like, okay, Minotaur versus Percy, one-on-one. Except, well, mono-e, what is Latin for bull?
I do not know.
Also, I don't think mono is Latin. Mono-e beef. Mono-e hamburger. So it's like one-on-one, the Battle of the Ages. It's a recreation of the first fight from the first, but no, it's not. Percy, like, beats the shit out of him.
He really does. Listen, Percy gets so mad when he sees the Camp Half-Blood necklaces that are dangling from his axe.
Yeah. I need to know. He says necklaces, and he says it in a way that's like, there's a lot of necklaces. There were 40 campers.
I'm assuming this is from
the
ages past. Yes. There used to be more than 40 campers.
Who knows who he's killed along the way just to get here to this fight right now? Who knows how long he's been alive, like, before this battle.
Yeah. So Percy cuts his axe at the handle, kicks him, and then stabs him.
It's Omega symbols as a double-headed axe. It's
Omega lol.
Pretty fucking sweet. Anyway, sorry. I just wanted to mention that because I think it's cool.
It is pretty
big
cool.
Stab. Percy like stabs him with the axe and like launches him above his head. And
you really thought he could charge my boy.
Yeah. Crunch. Oh, I do like the line where Percy's like, "Thanks for playing," and he like fucking throws him over his head. And like before he reaches the ground, the Minotaur turns to dust. So I'm like, bruh.
Oh,
you know what? At least this time, Percy wasn't using his stupid fucking red raincoat to like bullfight this guy. My goodness. I'm sorry. Like, this was like season 1 of the podcast. Taylor got so fucking mad about the bullfighting and with the red raincoat and everything. It was a fun time. I still remember that sometimes.
The Minotaur with real clothes on does seem like slightly more intelligent than like the first book Minotaur.
Just a little bit.
So does that mean the Minotaur's brain is in his clothes?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you just like take your clothes off and then your brain is like...
Yeah, don't you get stupider the more naked you get?
Yes, absolutely.
That would explain a lot about human society.
Yes, it would. Okay, so Percy doesn't know how the invincible thing works. Even though we all know that like his skin literally like repels the weapons. We've already seen it happen.
Right.
But it is an interesting thing to bring up. Like, is every hit like technically so narrow that it has shredded his clothes without touching his skin? Like, that seems wild, but
There's a line at a later point in the timeline. Percy, still under the curse of Achilles, routinely fights some monsters that essentially shred his clothes to like nothing. So much so that when we like finally get his POV of like internal monologue of silence, like, oh, I get a moment to like relax and look at myself, he's like, I pretty much just have a shredded orange shirt on. I'm like, sir, are you naked? Like, what is going on?
No. In that book, Percy is fully naked at that point. Yeah.
So Percy goes 1 to 199, kills pretty much everyone. At one point, he just kind of like stops. He's like, "Who's next?" And there's only like 10 people left alive, and he's like, "Damn, okay, who's next?"
Yeah, and then everyone's like, "Percy, can you please retreat? Like, please?
Yes, that's
It's
also
time.
interesting, because Percy is hot-headed, but I do feel like, I don't know, this might be something that he would have done normally. But also, it might not even be, like, technically the curse changes your mindset. It might just be, like, straight-up psychology. It's like, you know how the Spartans go to battle naked because it makes you fight better? Because you don't have, like, the false confidence that armor gives you. Maybe Percy is living in false confidence land.
It's routinely been like a meme, I guess, for like AMAB people to be like, I'll fight a crazy guy, I just won't fight a naked guy.
There
Because
is something
like
to be said for, like, yeah.
fragile masculinity is so strong that like if a guy is really pissing you off or like hurting you or your loved ones and you won't fight him because his dick's swinging, that says something.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, a naked person is scarier than, like, I can't remember, like, what podcast I'm thinking of, but somebody is like, yeah, I sleep in the nude and I keep a sword by my bed so that if anyone ever breaks into my house, what could be scarier than naked man with sword?
I swear to God, that sounds like a McElroy thing.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
why.
it probably is.
Oh my
Like,
God.
something like that, right?
I swear, one of them had to have said that. It feels something.
I think
So,
I'm
yeah.
lying about the sword, but yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So yeah, he finally does retreat, and
Yeah, because Kronos is fucking here. Guess what? We have the banner again. We see, once again, Robert, I am questioning who made this fucking purple banner with a black scythe design. Hey, also, it's your orange against purple? I don't know, that's kind of weird. And sus. And Kronos is mounted on a skeletal horse? Like, a bunch of demigods are mounted on skeletal horses. Where did you fucking get this? Did Hades allow these to leave the underworld? What monster is a skeletal fucking
no.
horse?
They've already made skeleton dudes that one time out of those teeth. Like, presumably they can also make skeletons through various means.
Also,
Yeah.
can I steal these skeletal horses and bring them to a stable? Because I want skeletal horses in Zelda, and they won't let me have them.
The stable will not take your skeleton horse.
They will not
sorry.
take them! And I'm so mad every time. They're like, what the fuck is that? It's my cool horse.
I forget
Leave
if
me
skeleton
alone.
horses are in Minecraft or not. I think they are.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like that's right. Like, you can get a skeleton archer on a horse.
Yeah. Oh, because they spawn with okay. That's true. So they get surrounded by Cronus's army, which sucks. Pretty bad.
A little bit.
And then unfortunately, Annabeth gets her name changed. She becomes Stababeth because someone stabbed her.
Fuck you! I'm done. I'm done.
She
only got stabbed in the arm. She's fine, I guess, probably. She's
Okay,
probably
okay.
fine.
You know what's fun? So, like, when I was trying to do my drawings, once again, I'm gonna keep talking about these. I don't even think I've ever actually posted these online yet.
when you were trying to draw Stababeth.
When I was trying to draw all of the characters, like, from, like, the books and, like, their iconic looks, I was trying to be like, where the fuck did Annabeth get stabbed? I could never remember where it was.
in this part. That's always how I read it. In, like, this part of...
So
this
it's
is
not...
Is it like the shoulder? It's like back shoulder.
It's
right
like closer to her shoulder, actually. Me and
Interesting.
Erica had to figure this out when we were in New York that we were trying to figure this out. Where the fuck did Annabeth get stabbed? And it's like around her shoulder, like her upper arm area. Yeah.
How did we find this out?
It's like based on where she gets bandaged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Yes, but
it's
so
fun.
it's important that this has happened because Percy, when the knife is coming towards him, he feels a chill down his spine like someone walking on his grave. And then...
That's terrifying.
So Annabeth should not have technically taken this thing because she doesn't know that, like, they were going right for Percy's weak spot. But she did, for some reason.
She doesn't know where his weak spot is. Neither does the person who held the knife, supposedly. Ethan, how would you know that? Do you even know that he has the Curse of Achilles?
I would presume not. I think he was just going for a stab, and it just so happened to be like that, because that is how things go.
By the way, this whole bit about Percy feeling like the shiver in his spine reminds me of the line from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, "Follow the cold shiver down your spine."
It's the Percy tingle. He's
The Percy tingle. So here's the thing. Unfortunately, getting stabbed sucks.
It does, just a little bit. She intercepted the knife with her body.
And we get one of my favorite bits, or God, what the fuck's the word I'm thinking of?
The bits?
Yes, the bits.
The bits?
One of my favorite tropes. There we go, that's the word. One of my favorite tropes where character B gets hurt and character A is like, no one touches them.
Have you not? Okay, Robert, you've been in this fandom forever. I assume you've seen the great fan arts of this scene.
Oh, I have.
So many beautiful fan arts. When we release this episode, I'm gonna share them all, as many as I can find, because goddamn, the emotion, it's strong. It is strong right here. This is the Percybeth moment. No one touches her.
Interesting. I read that and I was like, kind of tropey.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Raye. Get out of my podcast now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good even.
I love it because Percy is in his super emotional state as it is with the curse. So
it's because I feel like I've read too many bad possessive fan fictions, and so I'm like, meh.
He's not possessive though, usually.
Yes, but
that's why.
That's how that line reads because of tropes that are like that. But
you know what? It doesn't read that like that to me in here because Percy's not that at all.
Protectiveness and possessiveness do not have to be conflated with each other, but they really frequently are.
Yeah, it sucks. All right. So, it's terrifying. It's not great. Annabeth, I'm gonna cry. She's not looking so good. She's
her shirt is soaked with blood, which I was wondering why that would be if she got stabbed in the arm. It seemed a little weird. So, shoulder makes more sense.
Yeah. All right. So Percy goes toe to toe with Kronos himself.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. And guess what?
Kronos,
it's okay.
Little bitch. Percy trips him and knocks him down, and he has to roll away. Where's all your cool Titan powers now?
You are the god of. You are the Titan. Sorry, the Titan of time in this universe. Homie, freeze him freeze him in time, and then they'll just start whacking your scythe until somewhere hurts.
I assume that he can't use too much of his time powers right now because he's doing the other thing,
right?
Which
is doing
true.
big time spell.
Because he's trying to get all the... For some reason, this man wants to keep all of the humans away,
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It really doesn't make sense in a Watsonian
I assume
style.
it's the Luke in him that is doing this. And
you think Luke has any kind of influence on what's going on currently? Because I think that's necessarily think so.
No, I think that's the extent of Luke. That he can do right now is hey, can you not kill all of the humans right now? At least you can kill the demigods.
Luke has
still kill the humans.
I don't know, man. Luke has never shown any particular care for mortal life before. But yeah, I don't think that there's a very good Watsonian explanation for why Kronos is trying to keep the mortal status quo. It only seems to be a Doyleist, Rick didn't want to fuck up the world too bad.
I guess.
You know what Rick needs? He needs a status quo, yo.
You know what Rick needs? He needs a show Bible. Or a book Bible,
You're not
sorry.
wrong. He does. He needs all the Bibles. Give him some Jesus.
So
Kronos is damn boy, you got in the sticks? Hell yeah. I wish Luke had done that better and easier. If only you were my host, Potty, which no, creep.
Creepy creep.
So besties, as it turns out, the bridge, it's kind of weak. So Michael Yu is break the bridge! Use your power!
Michael, who is on the bridge. Everyone else has gotten off the bridge. Michael, the only person on the bridge. Percy, break the bridge. Now. Do it.
Yeah.
Break it. And how does Percy break the bridge? He stabs it. So that's two characters this chapter that got stabbed. Annabeth and the Williamsburg Bridge.
You know what? It's almost like when Achilles fought the river. Percy's I'm gonna fight the bridge.
I don't think it ever gets brought up again, but he just flat out destroyed the Williamsburg Bridge. Does it ever get mentioned again in the series? No. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
No.
Well,
it's not ever mentioned again that he killed Michael Yu either.
I made a meme about that.
Kind of fucking wild that Percy killed Michael Yu, huh?
Yeah.
Even though Michael Yu literally said, "Hey, Percy, kill me," and the bridge, please.
Yeah, he didn't even give it a second thought. Percy, kill me. Okay.
Literally,
Well, Percy didn't particularly think about it, I don't think.
Percy
Because he was like looking for Michael afterwards, and he was like, that boy gone.
Percy was working off of the adrenaline. Michael knew exactly what was going to happen. Okay? Am I wrong? Michael was like, Percy's gonna kill me if he does this, but it's the thing we need to do right now. It's how we're gonna do it.
It's just really funny that Percy Jackson explodes a bridge on Michael Yu, and then he's looking through the rubble like, Michael, where are you? And it's like, homie, you blew up a bridge on him. Where do you think he is?
You know what I think they should have done? Okay.
Not blow up a bridge again?
No. Yes, actually, this is what they should have done. So, you know how they have the water...
They have water
gods, the river gods on their side.
All right, Charlie, question. What are the names of the rivers in New York
East
City?
And Hudson.
You did it. I'm proud of you.
We talked about them last chapter. I know this.
Yeah, we just met them, so we haven't forgotten
We just met them, okay? We talked about this. So what they should have done is they should have gotten them on their side and then blown up every single bridge. Forget holding the bridges. Blow up the bridges. Get the river gods on your side. You're covered. There's nothing else to do now.
I have no idea how on earth Rick would write it so that Percy just blows up every bridge.
I don't know how he would do it either, but I'm just saying tactically.
Not only that, blows up every bridge and floods every tunnel because a lot of the tunnels go underwater.
I was just about to say, like, there are tunnels too.
Well, actually, that part he can't do because there are currently mortals in the tunnels, so he would just kill them. That is kind of a low-key fear.
A thought. Were there cars on this bridge? Like, there were. The Apollo campers were dragging them off.
They got everybody off the bridge. Okay, fine.
Except Michael Yu. Except everyone off the bridge. But Michael Yu, I guess I'm just going to die. That's it.
Okay, break every bridge and then only guard the tunnels then.
I mean, to be fair, that would...
still a lot less to guard.
That would be significantly less. From what I remember of Spider-Man for PlayStation, there are 7 bridges. So if you blow them all up, you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
Mind you, not from living in New York and basic geography or common sense. No, from Spider-Man the video game.
Yes. Yeah. You get a better view as Spider-Man. We all know this.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, that is also cutting off all of their, outside
Escape.
Everything. But they do have Olympus right there.
I guess Zeus could just snap his fingers and fix the bridge.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like they could just go up to Olympus and be like, Hestia, can you please feed us? There's no more food in Manhattan.
The thing is, there are... oh, no. Actually, no. Yeah, there would be a food short. No, the ships come into the harbor. Because I was going to be like, well, trucks can't fit into the tunnels. So I guess ships would have to bring food in from the harbor. It's weird. So the chapter ends with Michael Yu's apparently his bow. Percy's like, oh, it's a bow with the owner nowhere in sight. I'm like, there were other Apollo kids on this bridge. Like, what if one of the other Apollo kids were like, oh, yeah, nope, sorry, that's mine. I dropped it.
Right.
It was etched with his name in it, I guess.
No, it was
I don't think it says that.
I'm making shit up. I am making shit up. Friends, okay? That's how Percy knew it was actually Michael's, obviously.
And then Percy gets a call from Finkelstein and Associates, and he is told that Annabeth, to bring a healer quickly to the Plaza Hotel, because Annabeth, ... And that's how the chapter ends.
Wait a second.
What?
I call something wrong here.
Bullshit?
Everybody knows Annabeth's phone number. Why are they calling Percy's mom's phone?
Yeah,
this was
I don't know how they got that. Okay. No, presumably Annabeth has Percy's mom's phone number and gave it to Selena.
Oh, they're calling Percy. Wait.
Okay.
But Annabeth's unconscious, presumably.
Here's the thing. There are 2 ways to answer this question. Option A, which is stupid. Someone opened Annabeth's phone, looked through her contacts, found Percy's mom's cell phone number, put that number into a different phone, and called Percy.
Yes, option that is deeply stupid, but it makes the most sense to me.
Option 2, ye oldie 2000s, 90s technology. Somebody forwarded, Annabeth's phone through this Finkelstein and Associates phone. Or something. I don't know. It's stupid. Either way, there's no smart answer for this.
Okay. You know what happened? Annabeth's phone was dying. So they looked through the contacts, found Percy's mom's phone, quickly plugged in Annabeth's phone.
Did not call from Annabeth's phone. Look, all I know is There is a way to find out Percy's mom's cell phone number. There's no way.
It's called the phone
Cell
book.
cell phones are on the phone book.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. they're
Also,
not.
I mean, technically speaking, if they were, I guess these kids who were ambiguously born some point in like the 90s, quote unquote, even though Rick hates the fucking 93 theory.
Fuck you, Rick. Percy is a 90s kid.
Well, not anymore now because of the show that's out. He's a 2009 kid.
Lindsay.
That isn't okay, but that is a variant of Percy. That is a different Percy.
I agree
Remember,
with that.
we're in the Percyverse. Into the
Percyverse. So we have ambiguous year born Percy from the book. So we have Percy born in 2009, and then we have ambiguous musical Percy who's like 12, but he's also played by a 30-year-old man.
It's fine.
Oh, and also other ambiguous, movie Percy who's like 16, but he's played by someone who's like 20 something.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Percys.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's how the chapter ends. We did it, fellas.
Yeah, my last comment was going to be like, yes, absolutely. Annabeth has Sally's phone number on her speed dial.
On her speed. Oh my god, speed dial. Jesus, I feel old remembering speed dial. I think maybe current cell phones have still the speed dial function. Like you can.
I think they do.
But
I
don't
have no
use it.
idea how to activate it. Yeah.
I don't use it.
You know what? I feel like I've only ever had one person on my speed dial.
I had my dad on my speed dial, my mom on my speed dial, like my first phone. I mean, like when I was like 13. I got my mom, my dad, my sister, and like my best friend. Those were the only people on my speed dial.
I think it might have been just my mom.
I didn't figure out.
I
speed
must
dial
have had
till
the
way
other
later.
speed dial things like programmed, but it was just my mom that was number one, and I've never used it otherwise.
We're number one.
My mom is number one. Thank you. Tell us about the internet and your place on it.
Where would you like people to find you and things you wanna talk about that are the media? Tell me a media.
Oh god, who the fuck am I? I am the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter,
You are.
and TikTok. Damn spelled DAM. Hopefully, knock on wood, I keep my like influencer persona ongoing. So in February or whatever, when this episode comes out, I'm like 1,000,000,000% more famous, and I get invited to all the cool Percy Jackson stuff.
I want you to go on the blue carpet. It's got to be blue,
It's
right?
got to be blue.
Right?
See, now, here's the thing. Logically, it has to be blue because of the blue association with, like, blue food and whatever. The last time I can remember...
It's going to be
No,
orange.
the last time I could... Oh, God, that'd be even worse. The last time I can remember a blue carpet for a movie premiere was for the film adaptation of The Fault in Our Stars.
Why?
Because the book is blue. That's literally it. There's no other reason.
That's not a good enough
That's literally-
reason.
Blue is not a prevalent like color or theme or whatever in the book. There is no mention of blue.
Not a
The
good
only
enough
reason the carpet was blue was because of the fucking the cloud, the
whatever.
clouds looked good on blue. That's really it. So yeah, if you want to find me,
I hate
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at the Damn Meme page, or Zitter, I think is what Charlie calls it.
Yeah, because it sounds like zits.
If you want to listen to me talk about podcast stuff, there is the bits that I host with this nerd Charlie sometimes. We talk about Steven Universe.
We're back.
We are back.
I'm so happy.
Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we will have been back for a while doing all the cool stuffs.
Yeah, no more strikes.
No more strikes. If you want to listen to me talk about Kim Possible with my friend Darian. My friend Darian.
Your friend, not my friend.
I claim.
Not any of our friends.
She's
Just
only my
Robert's friend.
Wow.
We talk about Kim Possible. It's called That's a Sitch. If you want to listen to me and a bunch of nerds talk about the struggle to get through show Once Upon a Time.
You struggle.
I struggle.
You struggle.
Listen, it keeps hitting me that I have 6 more years of that podcast to go through, and I don't like that.
I'm so sorry.
You can listen to Entering Storybrooke wherever you listen to podcasts. And technically speaking, I have another podcast where I talk with our friend Megs about Alice Odes and stuff. It's called Truham Grammar Book Club. We have not updated it in a while because Megs is busy with grad school, and we probably won't really update it until Megs is done being busy with grad school.
So sad. That means I can read things and I can catch up before you guys come back.
That means you should read all of Alice Oseman's work. You should. No, that's not my plug.
I've watched
all of it. Let's see. What is my plug for this episode? There are so many good shows that have come out as of late, and I don't know which one to promote now that I have access to just promoting stuff that was once struck.
I know, right? I've had such a struggle since we've actually gone back to promoting visual media because I'm not watching anything new.
Fine. I'll promote the Spider-Man video game, Spider-Man 2 for PS5. Sony Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Just to get super technical. It's a great game. Love Peter. Love Miles.
It's 2 because there's 2 Spider-Men.
I struggled to take 19 inches of venom.
All right. My turn.
Plug thing.
The visual novel horror / dating Sim Slay the Princess with narrator Jonathan
you're
Sims.
trying to explain to me.
You know this man.
Okay, I don't think you mentioned that it was him,
not.
But of course, I should not be surprised. I hate you.
Sometimes you just have to have a British man insult you and tell you to stab a woman who's locked up in a basement.
I've heard his voice. I understand.
It's such a good time. It's so much fun. Jonathan Sims gets to do a lot of fucking acting in that game. Technically, he's playing like 10 characters. It's wonderful.
As he usually does.
It's delightful. Please play Slay the Princess. And don't look up anything else about it. Just know it's a horror and it made me feel feelings. I finished a full run through recently and I cried.
Amazing. I love you.
I think it will look good.
Okay. So my plug is the Marvels. It's not going to be relevant anymore anyway, but I forgot that was the thing that I needed to plug last time. But hey, guess what? It was a great movie. I loved it. All those people who are saying it was bad, fuck you and your whole crew. I hate you. It was a great fucking movie.
I don't even know what this film is.
I love these. Yeah. It is Captain Marvel.
Oh, that one. Okay.
It is Captain Marvel's, like...
It's okay if I leave, right? Because I have to go record with Darian.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We love you.
Kids. Bye.
It is those two is Captain Marvel is Captain Marvel's girlfriend's daughter who is now has superpowers, and it is Miss Marvel, and they're a team and they're really cool, and Miss Marvel is fangirling the entire time because Captain Marvel is her like her senpai.
I see.
And they become besties at the end and I'm so happy. I love Brie Larson.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I just had so much fun during it. Okay, we can end the podcast now.
Robert already died, so
I hope that's not gonna fuck anything up.
It shouldn't, no.
Yeah.
So farewell to all of you. Release us from this mortal coil.
Get out of my fucking cabin because Percy killed somebody. Percy killed a camper.
We've already released Robert and Michael Yu from this mortal coil.
We have. The rest of us gotta go.
Farewell.
Percy's gonna come after us next. He's gonna break another bridge. Or maybe a tunnel this time. Who knows? Bye! Hello, listeners! Editing Charlie here with a patron shoutout. If y'all didn't know, our $10 and up patrons now get a shoutout on the pod. So now, I get to shout out our lovely God Complex level patron, Matt. Matt is so wonderful and has been a supporter since we started the OTAG Patreon. Thank you so much for all your support, bud.
You can follow this podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and Tumblr, and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send us an iris message through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about episodes and anything Percy Jackson related. Our $5 patron tier also gets you access to Against All Odds, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with mythology. No promises. You can check out our merch store on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie. Or if you cannot or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. You can find me, Raye, at HeyHeyRaye, spelled R-A-Y-E, on Twitter. If you want to hear more from me, check out Barbie Movie Slap, a podcast where my co-host Ted and I discuss Barbie's cinematic universe. That podcast Twitter is at Barbie Slaps.
And you can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, but on Twitter I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm totally not salty about. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. I sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mac. That's M-A-C-K. Our music was written by Isabel Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian M. Riggs. You can find Izzy at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. She also currently makes video essays on the YouTube channel Kane I. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your podcast. Of the Eldest Gods is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like The Bits, a Steven Universe podcast celebrating the 10th anniversary of the show, hosted by two jam buds.
We are...
Not the Crystal Gems.
We are The Bits.
The Bits, the Bits, the Bits.
A Steven Universe review podcast.
Celebrating the 10th anniversary
of a show that's very near and dear to our hearts.
So get ready to cry with us.
And try our best not to sing.
As we rewatch one of the gayest shows of the 2010s.
New episodes coming out to you every Friday.
Featuring your favorite host, Charlie.
And Robert.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
I'm doing it. We're here. We're queer. We're doing it. Ah! Okay. That was great audio.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Absolutely beautiful.
Beep, beep,
Robert,
beep, beep,
you're
beep,
cabin
beep.
9. Okay.
I'm aware of which freaking cabin I am. Excuse me.
Yes, but everybody else forgets their shit, so I have to be on top of it. Okay?
Excuse me. No, you know what? You're getting it. Excuse me, sir. You're getting sirred. That's what I'm going to do.
Excuse me, princess.
Sir, S-E-R, sir.
Deus Ex Media.